Okay, so we're going to try to do this video again. This is our first story time. And this story time is from the time that my kids and Joe and myself all had experienced something supernatural. So this goes back to when we first had Joel. We first had Joel. Joel stayed in the hospital for 8 months. But I'm going to say the first 3 months was just us preparing for the end. So I remember one day I was in the kitchen. This probably was about 2 weeks after I had Joel. I was in the kitchen. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was cooking. So we had natural sunlight in the house. So the house was lit up. And so I was cooking for the kids, and I was getting something out of the stove, out of the oven. And so I leaned over, and this black cloud just went across my face. Now, coming from a family like I come from, culturally where I come from, signs and wonders are no big deal. Journey's nails are literally falling off, are no big deal. So especially when you're going through something, my family believes that God can show you something, and you can you have to discern it for what your own belief system is, but that's what we believe. And so I know I was going through a lot, and so I just didn't say anything. So one day we were taking the kids to Dairy Queen. Now mind you, I had 5 kids at home. They were 18, 17, 15, 13, and 9. And then JoJo was 1. So, and then Joel was newborn. So though we have a lot of kids, I kind of try to go like how the Duggars raise their kids. Though you have a lot of kids, your kids still need time with you. If you can't do one-on-one time, you should do family time. No work, not talking about anything but the kids. So we were going to Dairy Queen to get some ice cream. And so it was time to go home. And I was like, I really don't want to go home right now. And he was like, why? And I said, well, I saw something, and it was a black cloud, like literally just floating in front of my face. And so Jordan is at the time he was 13, he said, Mommy, I'm glad you said something because I saw it upstairs in the bathroom. And then one by one, the kids started saying that they saw it. And I thought Joe was going to say, y'all didn't see nothing, da-da-da-da. He said, well, I'm glad y'all said something because I saw it too. And we were like, what? Like, freaking out. It was just confirmation. So, turn it off. So we came home. By the time we came home and started eating ice cream, we all started talking about it, but we knew that we were going to have company later on that day because family, because it was still new, they would come to the house sometimes. And this is my sister-in-law and her husband. They're good people. They came by the house. And so I was talking to her about how my milk came in a few days ago, and I had binded up my breast because I'm like, if he's going to pass away, then why would I keep my milk? And so he must have been about a week and some days old by that time, because I remember exactly when this happened. So the doorbell rang, and it was a bouquet of flowers from like 1-800-Flowers. And the flowers read, thinking of you during this hard time. I'm sorry about the loss of your son. It was like someone sent me flowers as if Joel had already passed away. There was no name on the flowers. I called the number, and they just said the person ordered the flowers. I guess they wanted to remain anonymous. Think about it. We didn't tell anybody that he had passed. He didn't die. And I was like, could this be some kind of weird thing from God? Like, okay, you're walking around with this spirit of grief on you. This is what you're manifesting. You're manifesting death or grief or this kind of stuff. So from that point on, something told me as long as he was breathing, I was going to act as if he was going to surely live and not die. No matter what the doctor said, I was speaking life, speaking life. So I had never stopped my milk from coming in before until that time with all my other kids. And I knew the one thing I can do for him was give him my milk. So by that time, my milk had already pretty much stopped. And do you know, I got online, I started talking to people about what can I do to bring it back. And within a few days, I brought that milk back to where I was pumping. Little drops came in. To like within about a few days, I was pumping like 5, 6, 7, 8-ounce bottles for him. That is how I managed to give him milk for 11 months. He's the only child that I was steadfast in feeding him milk. That is the only thing that I could have done for him. I couldn't change his situation. I couldn't change what he was going through, but that is the thing I knew I could do for him. So I did. And me doing that made me feel like I had a purpose every day. But that was my purpose. So yeah, that was a weird story time, because we talk about that now. It's like, do y'all remember that time we were going to get some ice cream and we actually had the spirit of grief in our house? And that it was like sadness, and then it turned some kind of way into grief and mourning as if he was already gone. And we all know the story. You know, he came home August 2010. He was 8 months old. He lived for almost 6 years. So every day of his life, I treated with celebration. That's why he dressed up for Halloween. That's why he had an Easter basket. That's why every day of his life was a celebration. So that was a weird kind of ghost story, wasn't it? Was it scary?
Yes, I thought I was putting my feet right here.
And when you were talking about the note on the flowers, I'm like, oh, so that was a message or something.
I don't know who did it. JoJo, he joined our story time. So yeah, we all talk about the day that the black cloud was in our house. And I'm telling you, I'm not the kind of person that's gonna say anything to make my kids scared, but I want my kids to know that we live in the natural world. And just like we are our mother's children, we came from our mom, but God created us as a whole. I believe that the natural world was birthed from the spiritual world. So the spiritual world is endless, it's vast, there is no limit, there is no bounds to it. So I believe that our grief and our mourning was so full, God had to show us, you know, I am the giver of life. I speak life. These doctors don't speak life. And how many times have we known somebody that they've said, okay, we're gonna say our goodbyes or whatever, and the person lived another 5, 10, 20 years. So just be careful on making the doctor's words be the word. It's not the end. And you know, we were thankful for that little miracle, and we're thankful that we still have him in our hearts. So yeah, that was a pretty scary day. There's a lot of other stuff that we have. Journey, what are you doing? There's a lot of other coincidences that we have too. I'm thinking about it because I'm laughing about it, but yeah, we've had a lot of those. So we're gonna have maybe 2 story times a week, and we're gonna see how it goes. So don't forget to
subscribe.
Say it, JoJo.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
Like, subscribe, comment, and put on notifications
in the description.
They know more than I do about all that signing off stuff. So there's more to come from the Game of Jones. And yeah, have a good day. Bye.